jail and 2 of our...
About 7:20. 7:20.
On a 60-degree Wednesday night, we welcome you to the campus of the Valley Christian Warriors for WCAL basketball right here on Central Coast Sports Broadcasting on YouTube Live, bringing you CCS sports all the way through the sectional playoffs. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Spencer McLaughlin, I'm Carlo Jimenez as we get set for a WCAL matchup between the 10-7 Valley Christian Warriors and the 12-5 Serra Padres. As round two of the WCL kicks off tonight, it's the Padres. It is two teams that have had very different first halves, looking for a fresh second half start tonight. For the home team, Valley Christian Warriors, they started the season 7-1 in the preseason, but struggled so far in league play. The Warriors have lost each of their last 2 games by just a single point and are looking for a second league win tonight against the Padres. Spencer, how important is it for the Warriors to get off to a strong start to this second half?
Well, I mean, it's crucial because, you can have those turning points in the season that can be one game. You can look back and say, we didn't get off to a great start, we didn't do what we wanted to, but then you have one game, one performance, one outing where everyone finds the rhythm. Guys find their roles. Guys start to hit their groove, hit their shots, and all those sorts of things. So both teams got a chance for that to have that happen for them here tonight.
On the other side, the Serra Padres held the league lead in the WCL for 3 straight weeks, but after losing 2, have slipped to 3rd place. The Padres will be led by seniors Cade Reese and Parker McDonald as they look to end the 2 games skid tonight. Spencer, for the Padres and Chuck Rapp, how do you avoid falling into that 3-game skid and continue the fall down the WCL rankings?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Cade Reese and McDonald are 2 of their best players, and they're going to have to lead them here tonight. I mean, when you have a season that's not always going the way that you want it to, oftentimes you need to turn to a star player or 2 to kind of lead your team, get the energy going, get the offense in a rhythm, and really set the tempo at both ends of the floor and be leaders on the court for the head coach.
Well, once again, I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside Spencer McLaughlin. This is Central Coast Sports broadcast of the CCS Basketball Game of the Week. Tip-off is 10 minutes away. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Here's some recent scores from both teams. Serra losing to Mitty 55-53. A last-second 3 by Marcus Green. His 3rd of the season, hitting game winners, was able to defeat the Padres. And Valley Christian, losing by a single point, had a chance at the free throw line to tie this one up with 4 seconds to play, but fell to Sacred Heart Cathedral 60-59. We want to give a shout out to our sponsor, BSN Sports. Since 1972, your ultimate leader of team sports apparel and equipment in the U.S. Call John Gillette for more information, 408-209-6433. Let's jump into our Gonzalez Irrigation game-changing 3-pointers. Since 1985, let Gonzalez Irrigation Systems provide design, installation, parts, and services for all your berry, row crop, orchard, and vineyard needs, including sprinkles, filters, meters, and booster pumps. And GIS proudly sponsors Netafim irrigation products. Contact GIS at 831-675-2376. Well, Spencer, Valley Christian, only 1 WCL win so far, but able to take Serra to OT 1 year ago in this gym. Does last year's result give Valley Christian any hope in defeating this Serra team?
I mean, I don't think that you can really look to a game from a previous season and try to use it as leverage. I mean, you can, but at the end of the day, it's a new season. It's a new team. Both teams have had some turnover and are not the exact same roster. You lose seniors every single year, and I don't think you can live off the nostalgia from one good game a year ago. You have to focus on the here and the now, what's happening tonight, the matchups, the schemes that your coach has been putting in all week. Focus on your execution and get down to business if you want to pull out a victory.
And for the visiting Padres, as we mentioned, held the #1 seed in the league for 3 weeks, but they've skidded 2 games. The Padres very easily can overlook this Valley Christian team and look ahead in the season. But how important is it for them to not only overlook this game, but to dominate tonight against the Warriors?
Well, I mentioned earlier about how you can have a moment in a season where you kind of feel it start to turn around. You have one game, one performance that gets you going in the right direction. the same can happen at the opposite end of the spectrum, where you have a performance, where you have a bad loss, a game you know you should have won, and it kind of starts to have some downward pressure on the win ability of your team throughout the season. So if you're Serra, you can't overlook this team. You got to take them. You got to take it one game at a time. Focus on the opponent that you've got here tonight, and not get overconfident or think that this game is going to come to you. Because you know Valley Christian, especially at home, is going to give them a good fight.
And a head-to-head fact between these two teams: Serra is 29-1 all time against Valley Christian. The last win Valley Christian had 2005. Spencer, when you've not lost to a team in 14 years. Do you think of that when you're coming into this game, or is it just year by year, different team, different game?
Well, I mean, ideally, you'd like to think that you don't think about the overall record, because it can have a negative impact on guys' psyche. But it is hard to ignore the fact that they're one for their last 30, 1-29 in their last 30 games against Serra. But if you're Valley Christian, you'd like to have that not matter. You know, because quite frankly, it doesn't. It doesn't matter what happened last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. What matters now is the scoreboard says 0-0. Tip-off's going to be in just under 7 minutes, and then the game's going to be underway, and both teams have got a shot to win. That's the only thing that matters.
That was our game-changing three-pointers brought to you by Gonzales Irrigation, serving the Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties. 831-675-2376. Well, you're listening to the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Time now for our X's and O's. Since 1988, Coastal Grower Magazine has been a local favorite for people in the agricultural industry, and for those involved with the AG business here on the Central Coast. Contact them at www.coastalgrowermag.com. Well, for Valley Christian, I think the defensive strategy going into this one, Spencer, make someone else besides Parker McDonald and Cade Reese beat you tonight. How do they do that?
Well, yeah, the two leading scorers on the team definitely should garner the majority of your defensive focus. But when you're trying to stop star players, the number one thing you can't let them do is get into a rhythm early. Whoever's guarding them one-on-one, if you're in a man-to-man, has got to be on them tight. They've got to be a little physical. Maybe take an extra foul, every now and then, just to kind of remind them, hey, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. And you have to be up in their grill. Push them out of their comfort zone. Make them do things that they don't want to do. Because if they get into an early rhythm, it can be really hard to stop them over the course of a game.
And for Serra, there's a couple trees out here for Valley Christian in the 6'8 Tovar, 6'6 Loving Black, and 6'9 sophomore Jack Chen. How do you guard the trees and at the same time athletic bigs who can get out and run?
Well, when you're guarding bigs down low, you really want to push them away from the basket. Typically, they're not as comfortable on the perimeter having to handle the ball, move off screens themselves rather than setting screens. But the other thing is your communication has to be rock solid. Bigs can get a lot of easy baskets in the pick and roll game, and that all comes down to communication. Whether or not you're going to hedge, whether or not you're going to switch, whether or not the guard is just going to go under. The help side has to be there. You can't allow these bigs a lot of open space in that kind of free throw line and then all the way down in the key in that entire area. You can't allow them to maneuver around there as much as they please, or they could kill you inside, and they're generally going to be very efficient doing it because they're getting shots right next to the basket.
Well, that was our X's and O's statement, sponsored by Coastal Grower Magazine.
Want to give a shout out to another sponsor, Vulcan Materials, the nation's largest producer of gravel, sand, and crushed stone, to keep up with this growing economy. For more information, www.vulcanmaterials.com. That's www.vulcanmaterials.com. Time for the Netafim Irrigation starting lineups, offering the best-in-class irrigation solutions, helping you to do more with water. That's Netafim Drip Irrigation. Contact Mark Clifton, 831-258-8089. That's 831-258-8089.
Well, starting for the Padres, it will be at point guard, the senior Dominic Bartolewski, this season averaging 5 points a game, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. Patrick Simon will start at the shooting guard position, shooting 37% from the three-point line this season. That is team high. Cooper Fitz, another senior, will start at the small forward position, averaging 4 points a game, along with a rebound and assist. And, of course, the star, Parker McDonald, back-to-back second-team All-League player here. for the Padres will start at power forward. Cade Reese rounds out the lineup, the senior captain. So 5 seniors starting for the Padres. And on the other side, Valley Christian, Joseph Santos, the junior point guard, will start. Devon Lang, an excellent football player here at Valley Christian, will start as shooting guard very, very quick. Isaiah Saki will start at the 3 for Valley Christian. Skylar Loving Black, committed to Iowa State to play tight end, start at power forward. And Jadad Allen Tovar, who wants to play basketball at USF, has a couple of scholarships. The 6'8" senior will start for the Warriors. So those are your starting lineups brought to you by Netafim Irrigation. Well, we're 2 minutes away from the start of this one. This will conclude our Central Coast Sports pregame show here on CCS Broadcasting on YouTube Live. Spencer, before we get started, what does Valley Christian have to do to complete the upset here tonight?
Well, they can't get behind because when you look at it on paper, it's a little bit of a talent mismatch. And once you get behind early to a team that you're won in your last 29 against, mentally, it can start to weigh on you. So Valley Christian's got to set the tempo early. They've got to dictate the tempo of the game, not commit silly turnovers, not be lackadaisical, be very crisp, come out solid, and just keep it close early and then see where it goes from there. But they also can't be in the mindset of, oh, we have to win this game. We're trying to break this streak. Once you get into that and you're in your own head, then you've got absolutely no chance. So they got to focus on their X's and O's, what they know, and what their coach has been telling them all week, and they can keep it close.
Yeah, I'd imagine if your coach Mark DeLuca execute the game plan, and we will win. And I think this is a team who was looking for that win. 2 one-point losses back-to-back. That is tough. I would not be surprised if the Warriors come out thirsty for a win tonight. Meanwhile, the Padres trying to avoid to continue to slip. Chuck Rapp in his 8th year here at Serra, an 86 Serra grad, very knowledgeable head coach and respected head coach around the WCL. What do you think he's telling his guys? We'll get back to that as we get our national anthem and prayer coming up here on WCAL basketball action.
Please remain standing following prayer for the national anthem to be performed this evening by Valley Christian freshman Sarah Smith.
Heavenly Father, I thank you that every time I read some things in the gospel, I pray that you all stay safe on the way and have a safe ride home. And I pray that we glorify you through our name. Amen.
Oh, say
Well, that was the national anthem, and now we will get set for tip-off here at Valley Christian. Once again, the 10-7 Warriors facing off against the 12-5 Junipero Serra Padres. Spencer, one more thing before we get the tip. We talked about it. What is Chuck Rapp saying in the huddle to his guys as they try to snap that two-game skid?
Well, both these teams coming off very close losses, and those can be really crushing. But I think if you're Chuck Rapp, you got to say that the last game is over. You can't do anything about it, but that they should use it as motivation. Come out, play with extra fire, extra intensity. Don't let Valley Christian get any kind of early confidence here at home. Silence the home crowd and establish yourself and the tempo that you want to play at both ends of the floor.
As we get these starting lineups announced here. Devon Lang was at the line against Valley. Look for him to have a bounce-back game this game, Spencer. Had the chance to tie the game up against Sacred Heart Cathedral, missed the free throw, was very frustrated visibly with himself after the game, fell to the ground, immediately helped up by his teammates. Look for him to come out, try to have a redemption game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's a tough situation. You'd love to see his teammates picking him up as they should, but that's a really tough situation. There's not really a lot you can say to a player in that situation when they have a chance to tie or win the game and they're not able to complete, but it's harder than people think. It looks like, oh, just go up there and make a free throw. You've done it so many times in practice, but it's not. And then when you don't execute, it can weigh on you for a day or two. But I think you're right. I think he will have brushed it off, get back in this game, and have a good game.
So it will be Reese and Tovar. 6'7" Reese and 6'8" Tovar to tip at the center circle. Cade Reese, the best free throw shooter in the WCL, shooting 88% and went 24 for 24 in a row earlier. As Tovar wins it back, and here comes Santos and the Warriors. Devon Lang now has it right wing, crossover with the left hand, looking down low, finds his man. It's Black, and Black is fouled going up. Or it looks like he lost it out of bounds. And it will remain a Warrior basketball.
Yeah, good help side defense there. Not sure if the ball was actually tipped, but that was great help side defense by Serra defending the pick and roll.
And they reverse the call and say out of bounds off the Warriors. So Serra forces a turnover on the opening possession.
And I think that was a right call there by the officials. It didn't look like Loving Black had the ball, touched it all when he threw that out of bounds. 2-3
zone here for the Warriors. Right side has it is Simon. Now they give it to McDonald, right wing. Going to Fitz, down low to Reese. Reese on the far block is going to follow a jumper over Tovar. Air ball. Tovar with that length able to force a miss. And here comes Devon Lang pushing. Lang, left hand, right at the rim. Cohen coast to coast. Tip-in doesn't fall through. And McDonald comes down with a rebound. 0-0 here with 7:20 to play in the first. Serra looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time. Here's Simon. McDonald in the far corner, rips through, behind the back dribble. Now working straight on, bounce pass it to Simon, pump fakes a three, takes a long two, and knocks it down.
And it's a great pump fake there by Simon. That's something that's not often utilized against his zone defense, but it can be very effective to get guys out of position.
So 2-0 Serra on top, just under 7 minutes to play. Black drives, goes up with the right hand, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Skylar Loving Black with 2 turnovers. Just nice positioning there. Once again, help side defense for Serra causes a turnover.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Their rotations are just on time, and they're beating Valley Christian to their spots, getting set. Good call by the official. Defender was clearly there, and a second turnover in the early going for Valley Christian.
So 6:45 to play here in the first. Serra up 2-0. Here's Reese off the glass and got it to go from the left block. A beautiful play there for the Padres. Makes it 4-0.
And you called it once again, a beautiful play, having a man screen jail and Tovar down low, freeing up Reese for the opening on the baseline.
6:30 to play here. Padres up by 4. Tovar 3 from the left wing off back iron, and Loving Black just takes that rebound, and we're going to get a foul call here. Trying to box him out was Dominic Barlewski. That's the point guard working against your small forward. And smart job by Barlewski committing the foul instead of allowing the easy 2 for Skylar Loving Black.
And it's a smart advantage of the mismatch by Loving Black.
Here's a 3. Left wing here coming from Saki. He can't connect, but a foul on the rebound. And this game, a lot of stoppages here early. Coming to the scores table for Serra is Alcantara. And checking out of the game is Barlewski. So the Padres get a little taller as the Warriors will take it out underneath, down 4-0.
And I like the adjustment. Skylar Loving Black right now, he's been aggressive. He's got 2 turnovers, but he's also caused 2 offensive rebounds.
6 minutes to play here in the first. Here is Saki. Missed that three earlier in the possession. Gives it up top to Santos. Santos gets a screen from Tovar. Pulls a long two. Toes on the line. Back iron. A rebound taken by Black. And there, all that work pays off. Skylar Loving Black with the rebound and the bucket. It's 4-2. Serra on top.
And they just can't get position on Skylar Loving Black right now. He's getting anything he wants. That's 3 straight offensive rebounds or extra possessions that he's caused.
Reese at the right block. Gives it to McDonald. Serra trying to add to the 4-2 lead here with 5:30 to play in the first quarter. Here's right wing, Simon, over to McDonald, right through his hands, and he could not save it from going out of bounds. Careless turnover there for the Padres, and the Warriors will take the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead.
And it was a little careless right there, but overall, I like what Serra is doing against the zone. They're doing a great job of spacing the floor, finding the openings, and always moving and making those zone defenders adjust to what they're doing.
Saki has it right wing. Guarded heavily by Fitz. Now dribbles with the right hand, spins left off a black screen, down the left alley, up with the right hand and off glass. A tough finish for Isaiah Saki, and it's all knotted up at 4. The Padres push the other way. 5 minutes to play here in the first. McDonald down the right alley and just hangs in the air a little longer than Joseph Santos and finishes at the right block.
And just a size mismatch there over the 6'1 Santos.
Saki pushing, blocked on the layup, but Black there to clean it up. He's got 4, and we're back tied at 6. Pace starting to pick up here at Valley Christian.
And that's now the 5th extra possession that Skylar Loving Black has caused. He's having his way.
Here's Reese up top for the Padres, looking to regain the lead. McDonald in the corner. He'll try a 3. In and out miss. Rebound taken by Muti. He can't put it home, but Reese is there. Checked into the game for the Padres was Muti Schumann. And Serra just added a lot of height right now. They got the 6'7 Reese and the 6'9 Schumann out there. Here's Tovar looking to tie it up. Layup on the left block, and there is not a lot of defense being played here early.
It's really just good offense. It's not bad defense. These are tough finishes in the lane, but great body control all around and strong finishes.
8-8 halfway through this fourth quarter. Here's Reese. Bounce pass Schumann, and Schumann will jam it home with 2 hands.
And that is a really nice play against the zone there by Reese, drawing out JL and Tovar, who's the middle of that back 3 line. He clears up that space, and then his big man just kind of sits there in that open area. That's a great execution by Serra.
So Serra, as Reese knocks it out of bounds. 10 points here halfway through the first quarter. They're on track for an 80-point night, averaging only 60 a game. Valley Christian averages 65 a game. But a high-scoring basketball here early at Valley Christian. Here's Black. Nice move against Schumann and finishes at the right block. He has made that his home, and Skylar Loving Black's got 6 of the 10.
And Schumann just over-aggressive going for the steal. If you're going to go for it, you have to be sure, because Loving Black just right there, like he did, can take advantage.
Here's Schumann. Scoops it over to Reese. He'll try a 3 straight on off the front of the rim, and Black pulls down the rebound. So Skylar Loving Black, who's been the engine of this Warriors offense, as Valley Christian's got a chance to take the lead for the first time, tied at 10. Here's a 3, far corner. Saki, back iron too strong. Rebound McDonald, 3 minutes to play. Gives it over to Simon. Simon in the corner, Fitz. Back up top, McDonald. McDonald's going to find down low Reese, and Valley Christian flushed in transition defense, and Cade Reese has 6.
And that's what you can do against the zone, is there are openings. There's always openings if you can find them, and right now the Serra Bigs are doing a great job.
McDonald, the steal, nobody in front of him, working against Lang, and he throws it down. Parker McDonald with a hammer in transition, and it's 14-10. Padres on top. And Devon Lang pushes the other way. Cooper Fitz draws the charge, and Serra starting to grab the momentum, but what a jam by McDonald.
Well, we were talking in the pregame, Carlo and I were, about the athleticism of Parker McDonald on full display there, putting Devon Lang on a poster. It looked like Lang was going to make a play on it, and if he'd laid it up, he might have, but just threw it down right over the top. That's a big momentum play.
Down low, Schumann's got it out for the Padres. Up with the right hand, left it short. Rebound taken away by Serra. That is Ryan Wilson, the junior, with the rebound. As McDonald's going to try a 3. Is he feeling it? Back iron too strong. Saki saves it, and Santos almost has it stripped from Reese. Ball on the deck now, and coming up with it is Black. Scoops it over to Tovar. 2 minutes to play. Serra up 4 here in the first quarter, and Tovar loses it off his foot. And, after that McDonald dunk, seems like Serra's really picked it up here on the offensive end.
Yeah, they have, but really all throughout the first quarter, they've been crisp against this zone defense, knowing what they want to do, where they need to be, making good, quick, crisp passes.
Here's McDonald. Gives it to Schumann. Schumann, front iron miss. Gets his own rebound, though. Back at the rim, left it short. Muti Schumann, he's got the skill. He's just not able to finish right now. So Warriors trying to trim the 4-point lead. Tovar, coast to coast, up with the right hand. Can't stop him as the 6'8" center goes right down the lane.
Yeah, just too much height and too much skill there from J. Allen Tovar.
So 12-14, Serra up by 2. McDonald finds the soft spot in the zone and makes the lead 4. Nice job by Parker McDonald, and with 1:19 to play, it's a 16-12 lead for the Padres.
And that's what we've seen is Valley Christian zone is getting exploited for the gaps. They need to tighten it up just a little bit and stop allowing easy buckets down low.
Here's a 3, Santos straight on, and he knocks it down. The first 3 of the game comes from Joseph Santos. And it's now a 1-point lead for the Padres, 16-15, just under a minute to play in the opening 8 minutes.
And both teams not taking a lot of time on offense, a lot of fast break, a lot of quick shots early in the possessions, but they've been good shots, so really good execution.
Cade Reese will try a long 2 from the left wing, and that is buried by number 32. He's got 8 already. And it is 18-15, Serra by 3.
That's a perfect example of what I was just talking about.
So here is Santos, another 3. This one from the left wing, and Joseph Santos ties us at 18. He's got 2 triples back-to-back.
Both teams right now just know exactly where to go with the ball to find the holes in the defense. For Valley Christian, that's been up top and on the perimeter and the right block with Skylar Loving Black. And for Serra, it's been that baseline area finding holes in the zone.
So tied at 18, McDonald up top with 8. Scoops it to Schumann, no look pass. And Schumann will finish with the right hand. Parker McDonald with a little flash as Tovar launches one at the buzzer. But an exciting first quarter here, 18-20. We did not have a break. And so we're going to catch up here on some reads.
Shout out to Arnie Von Massenhausen of Home Services Lending. First-time home buyer or looking to refinance your current mortgage? Work with an experienced mortgage consultant to find a solution that best fits your needs. Call Arnie today at 408-858-4906. And also, want you to know about San Jose's Hot Country 95.3 KRTY for the best in today's country music, sports, content, and fantastic concert series. KRTY has it all for you. Coming January 16th live at Club Rodeo, country artist Lindsay L. And on January 24th, live from the Heritage Theater in Campbell, a solo acoustic with the legendary Travis Tritt. For ticket information, go to their website at krtv.com. Also want to give a big shout out to our friend Kevin Moore, friend of Central Coast Sports Broadcasting and making a difference in our community. Central Coast Sports is your source for high school athletics all year long. Follow up through the regular season and into the 2019 CCS basketball playoffs. Just go to our website, Central Coast Sports Live, centralcoastsports.live, and you can follow us on Facebook at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting.
Well, how about that first quarter?
I mean, we didn't have a stoppage. It was just back and forth all the time. No one called a timeout. There were no fouls. I mean, it was just back and forth. It wasn't really bad offense or bad defense as much as it was good offensive execution at both ends of the floor. Valley Christian in transition, Serra against the zone. Both teams doing an excellent job. Both coaches have got to be happy.
Up top, McDonald. McDonald with 6 in that first quarter. They find it to him now on the right block, and he'll go fire. Hits the front iron. Black comes down with the rebound. Skylar Living Black who had a great first 4 minutes on the offensive rebounding. Throws it ahead to Lang, and Lang can't save it from going out of bounds. We mentioned Parker McDonald put Devon Lang on a poster earlier. Parker McDonald set the Serra record his junior year, jumping 6'7" in high jump. And Devon Lang is the star running back here for Valley Christian. So 2 big-time athletes right there. McDonald getting the better of Lang, but I would not be surprised if we see Devon Lang with another chance. Here's Wilson. He's going to try a deep 3 left wing off the back of the iron. Schumann the rebound. Schumann rejected away by Tovar. McDonald is there to clean it up. And so it's 22-18, 7:03 to play here in the second quarter.
And McDonald at 6'3", size of a guard, plays more like a wing.
Devon Lang, Euro steps, fouled, and 1. Just the quickness off the screen, and he got to the rim in a hot second, and a chance to make it a 1-point game with this free throw.
It really just explosive, like you said. You know, a running back on this team, you can see why. He split that double team, then had that really quick Euro step where he started with his left foot and the soft touch off the glass. That's an impressive play there from the senior.
His first points of the night as he steps to the free throw line here. And in and out, could not drop it home, so it'll stay 20-22. Serra keeps the 2-point lead. Padres, of course, look to push. They give it to Wilson. Wilson driving baseline. Bounce past McDonald. McDonald far corner. Up top to Reese. Left wing, Abeda, who's checked into the game, has it. Abeda with the right hand. Working on Kolmick. Now gives it over to Wilson. Wilson into the right corner. Taking baseline. Barlewski up at the rim. Got around Tovar. Got the body position. And finished for 2.
And I think Jalen Tovar was expecting help side defense there. He kind of let his man go, thinking Skylar Loving-Black might be on the other end, but he wasn't there. So we saw Valley Christian man-to-man right there.
Here is Loving-Black on the right wing. Takes it in the lane. Spin. Nice move up with the right hand at the block. And Skylar Loving-Black keeping that pivot foot down and gets a deuce.
And keeping it down just long enough, but I think he did. And once again, working off that right block is Skylar Loving-Black. Great footwork right there.
Up top, Reese has it. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter, 24-22. Padres on top. Here's Abeda, 3, left wing, in and out, rebound Tovar, and Tovar will push. Here is Santos, left wing, off the Tovar pass, looking for somewhere to go, and Abeda got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds. So for the first time in what seems like forever, we have a stoppage.
I think Santos got bailed out a little bit right there. He didn't have that many places to go and got caught in the air, but the ball got knocked out of bounds, and Valley Christian keeps the possession.
Here is Tovar trying to go to the far elbow, or the far corner, and just overthrow Santos. As checking in the game will be Fitz for Wilson for the Padres.
Right there kind of looked like Jalen Tovar was a normal-sized person trying to throw a kiddie ball, just overshot it out of bounds, but he is a big kid, and he has clearly got the strength to go along with his size.
So Padres up by 2, looking to add to the single possession lead right here. Abeda, left wing, up top Barlewski. They set a screen over to the far side. Now get it to McDonald. McDonald with laying on his hip, drives to the free throw line. Pump fakes, gives it to Reese, right wing. Reese being watched by Loving-Black, takes it into the paint. Abeda left corner 3, and he buries it. That is surprisingly the first 3 of the night. Comes with 5:04 to play here in the second, 27-22. Serra up top, Devon Lang going all the way to the rim and shoots up a errant layup. Here comes Serra to push. McDonald has it right block, and he'll finish for 2. And timeout taken by the Warriors.
Looking for a fresh, rich Sicilian-style pizza? Come check out Pomodoro Pizza, 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose. For your ultimate pizza experience, stop by today. For more than 4 decades, no construction company ranks higher in award-winning projects such as school, nonprofits, and high-tech campuses. Enhancing and enriching our community, look no further than Block Construction. For more info, go to www.block.com.
So 29-22 as it is time now for our green waffle in-game summary. Are you tired of fake food loaded with junk? Then eat clean. Go green. Try the new green waffle, a delicious new alternative to healthy eating. Our newest sponsor. Check out their website at thegreenwaffle.com.
I have to try that. But another thing people got to try is coming out and watching a game like this. I mean, you love the high-paced, fast action. Only 5 fouls between the 2 teams. No one has shot a free throw yet. You know, defensively, I think both coaches have got to be telling their guys to have more focus, more intensity. It's just been a little bit too lax. We saw Serra with some nice defensive sets early on, but since then, they've really struggled in their transition defense, so they're going to have to make an adjustment.
29-22. Padres with their largest lead of the night at 7. Here's Lang. Crossover into the lane. Finds right wing. Over to Makula. Makula will try a 3 and he air balls. And here come the Padres the other way. Reese up top with the left hand. Now he's just going to take it to the rim. Nobody picks him up. and Cade Reese has 10 on the night. It's 31-22. Padres starting to pull ahead. Warriors need a big bucket right here.
And just a team-wide miscommunication there for Valley Christian. They weren't sure if they were in man or zone, and Reese took advantage and saw the opening. When you're trying to, undo a streak, you got to not have that.
McCullough, 3, left corner, and he buries this one. Colin McCullough, the senior coach, Mark DeLuca called him the best three-point shooter on this team. And it is 31-26, the lead cut to 6 for the Padres.
31-25.
31-25, Chris. So
I think you're getting cut off by the basket there on the scoreboard.
Here is a Fitz 3 from the left wing, airballs that one. And Loving Black tried to save it from going out of bounds. But it will be Serra basketball, so a little bit of a bailout there for the Padres.
It's a tough rebound for Skylar Loving Black because he's not expecting an air ball, but then it gets on him really quickly.
Here's the lob going into Reese. Reese jumps, now puts it down, and he's going to be called for a travel. And that play probably works against every other team in the WCL, but when you got 6'6" Skylar Loving Black and 6'8" Alan Tovar on the court, a lob to Cade Reese is probably not your best play.
I mean, it's not the worst play because he's one of your better players, but you are right that Tovar and Black do a great job affecting it down there.
So Abeda knocks it out of bounds, and it will be Warrior basketball. Down by 6, 25-31. 25 to shoot here for the home team. Lang now grabs it, looking for somewhere to go, finds McCullough. Now over to Tovar. Tovar, 3, far wing, in and out. McCullough, the rebound, goes up and gets fouled on the putback. Almost had it and one.
And Coach DeLuca loves the hustle there from McCullough on that offensive rebound. He crashed in hard from the left wing beyond the three-point line, grabbed that rebound in midair and drew the foul. That's a great hustle play.
Able to bury the first free throw. Colin McCullough with 4 points on the night. Hits the second one. And so it is 27-31, a little run here for the Warriors with 3:19 to play in the second. Here is Fitz going to Reese. Reese, backdoor pass to Fitz, or to McDonald, and McDonald is fouled. Going up and the bucket. So when in doubt, find Parker McDonald, as he has 12 points now on the night, looking to make it 13.
And right now the defense for Valley Christian, it went back to that 2-3 zone. It's just they're moving too slowly. The ball goes around the perimeter, and they're just not responding quick enough. You got to have more intensity at the defensive end.
So the Warriors will bring it the other way. Across the timeline comes Lang. 27-34, Padres on top with just about 3 to play. Parker McDonald almost picks up his second steal. Instead, Santos is fouled by Abeda. But McDonald with a lot of length and able to get those hands in the passing lane. And usually that first entry pass is the easiest one you'll make in an offensive possession, but McDonald makes it hard.
And I like the defensive intensity. Don't give them anything easy. Make them work for everything that they're going to get.
Yeah, this is a Padres team that only allows 48 points a game, prides themselves on defense. There's a miss by Tovar. Rebound, though, taken by McCullough. McCullough will try a 3 right wing, and he rolls home his second of the quarter. Colin McCullough's got 8, and it's 34-30. He's keeping the Warriors afloat.
And offensive rebounding is keeping the Warriors afloat as well. That's about half their points tonight have come from offensive rebounds. So if you're Serra, got to box out and make an adjustment in that man-to-man defense.
Here's Fitz. Gives it over to Abeda. McDonald now right wing. Down low, they pound, nice bounce passing around. Here's a 3 in the left corner by Fitz. Back iron miss. Rebound fought for, and once again, the Padres get a second chance on the offensive end.
And just beautiful high-low basketball there from Serra. Fitz couldn't get the 3 to drop, but getting the ball into that high post, finding a man on the baseline. He moves and finds a guy in the corner once the zone collapses. That's perfect execution against the zone.
Abeda in the right corner off the inbound. Padres looking to add to the 4-point lead, and Reese tried to pass it down low to Simon, who was not looking. Told Cade Reese, shoot that one next time. And so now, chance here for the Warriors, who were just down 8 to bring it within a 2-point ball game. 2:07 to play here in the first half, 34-30. Warriors down 4. Here is Tovar. Tovar in the left corner, crossing over, goes baseline up with the right hand, left it short, tip in, falls through. James Bellew with the tip in. Bellew. And it is 32-34.
And Bellew had the contest on that 3 by Reese on the previous possession in his first minutes of the game.
Here is Reese, a 10-footer out just outside the paint, misses it short. And so now the Warriors with a chance to take the lead. Or tie here against the Padres, 32-34. Taking it down the lane, Euro steps, and once again, Devon Lang using the speed, and he gets a deuce.
And he's just really crafty and smart. He knows exactly when to start his Euro step, doesn't even touch the defender on his way to the rim, and once again a strong finish, and we have a tie ball game.
34 all, 1:17 to play here in the first half. What a comeback here by the Warriors.
Stay tuned for the Central Coast Sports Halftime Show. Halftime Spotlight with interview Valley Christian Associate Athletic Director will be joining us, all coming up on the Central Coast Sports Halftime Show. And don't forget to miss our next CCSB broadcast Thursday, January 24th, when Piedmont Hills takes on Leland. YouTube Live, 6:45 for pregame, 7 p.m. the tip-off.
So 1:17 left in this one. The Warriors making a run right now, Spencer. And what does the Padres need to do out of this timeout? The first one, really, we've seen Chuck Rapp have to call for his team.
I mean, it's been rebounding. That's how Valley Christian has gotten into this game, is transition buckets and offensive rebounding. Is when they've gone to the offensive sets, they've not been overly effective, but they've gotten enough second chances to keep themselves in this game.
Abeda goes down low, left block to Reese. 1:05 to play here, tie ball game here in the first half. Up top, McDonald. McDonald, right wing, Simon. 2-3 zone here for the Warriors, which has done well. Here's a pass to Reese. Reese looking for the right block. Barlewski, and that one is stolen away, and the Warriors with a chance to take their first lead of the night right here.
And Reese has got to shoot that ball. He's open at the elbow. Tovar's giving him the jumper and sitting on the pass.
Lang down the alley, up with the right hand, and another charge. And that one taken strongly by Barlewski, who comes up holding his gut. Devon Lang also took a stumble and is hobbling on the left ankle. Hopefully he is all right.
Looks like it's just a stinger. I think Lang kind of rolled his ankle on the defender's foot maybe, and Barlewski kind of just took a shot to the gut. But both of them just look to be stingers. I'm thinking they're both going to be okay. Devon Lang's been playing too well. I don't think he's going to want to come out of this game.
Not the way he is running this offense, which has been super efficient here. Only 4 points on the night, but he has been the head of the offense that has dropped 34 in this first half. 34 all is our score. Shot clock and game clock, about a 3-second difference as the Padres look to take the lead. Up top, Simon's got it, holds it at the Valley Christian logo. Gives it up top to McDonald, and the Warriors now go man. So a little man here from the Warriors after staying at zone. 8 to shoot here for McDonald. McDonald, right hand, down the right alley. Nice pass into the corner. Simon, 3, back iron. Reese able to tip it home. Cade Reese with his 12th point, and that is going to be the end of our first half. 36-34, Padres up by a bucket. As time now for our block construction halftime spotlight, donating countless amounts of money and volunteer hours to provide critical services to charity and people in need. For more information, see their website at block.com. Well, as we wait for the Associate Athletic Director, Aaron Scherenberg, to join us at the table, any first thoughts after that first half? Two things that stick out for both teams. What are you looking at, Spencer?
Well, I think if you're Valley Christian, you got to keep getting in transition and stay active on the glass, because that's how they've really been able to stay in this game. If you're Serra, boxing out at the defensive end, I mean, just allowing too many second chance opportunities, too many easy buckets, and leaving guys open on defensive assignments. But offensively, they should stick with what they're doing. They've been excellent against the zone, and they've been good enough when Valley Christian has gone in the man-to-man. So I think if both teams whichever team makes those adjustments better is going to come out on top in the second half.
Yeah, it has been a tight ball game so far. We'll get you leading score or the halftime stats here for both teams. Dominic Barlewski has 2. Patrick Simon also with 2. Parker McDonald on the night has 13 so far. Cade Reese with 12, the second leading scorer. Abeda's got 3. Schumann had 4 all in the first, and that is the 34 for the Padres. And now for Valley Christian, Joseph Santos with 6 on the night. Devon Lang with only 4, all coming in the second. Skylar Loving Black with 8. Colin McCulloch with a pair of 3s and a pair of free throws give him 8. James Bellou has 2, and that's your 34 for the Valley Christian Warriors. So the Warriors, I think if you're Mark DeLuca, you got to be happy with your team. I mean, you're a shot away here from having the lead against the Serra Padres team that has played very well this season.
Yeah, and very well against the Valley Christian Warriors in recent years, as we've noted. And I said that, if you're a team, you don't want the past season records and all this stuff to come into your mind, and you still don't. You still just got to focus on this game, and then you can celebrate the win and the record, everything afterwards. But right now you got to stay focused on what you're doing, go into halftime, make the adjustments that you need to make, come out in the second half with that same type of energy on offense. But really, I think they need to step it up at the defensive end. They've allowed too many easy buckets. The zone has got too many gaps. It's too penetrable. They're not able to stop the high-low action right now that Serra is running really well. Give them credit. But Valley Christian, in that 2-3 zone, if they're going to stick with it, they're going to have to make some changes to stop giving up easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Valley Christian fell behind in that quarter by 7 points, down 31-24, but able to come back, mount a comeback, and finish down by 2. So big-time play there for the Warriors. And we're looking to grab their second win of league so far. So still here at halftime as we get Eric Scherenberg over here for our halftime interviewee. Eric, so gracious to join us here at Valley Christian.
And we're getting Eric set up with the headset right here. And here we go. Joined now by Associate Athletic Director of Valley Christian High School, Eric Scherenberg. Eric, thanks for coming on the program.
Glad to be here.
So, Valley Christian this year for men's basketball got off to a good start, 7-1. Since then, it's been a little bit of tougher sledding. How do you and Coach DeLuca keep the boys positive as the season goes on and tough times kind of come for the team?
Yeah, I think in this league, you've been in this league long enough, that that's just what you're going to get. It's going to be it's never easy to win in the WCAL, and you see again tonight another perfect example. I think the good news is the guys, they love each other, they're playing hard, they're competitive in the games, and again, a bucket here, a bucket there, both of the last 2 games, and it's a bit different, and so you're going to grind every night, and so I think the kids all know that when you come to a school like Valley Christian, that you're part of this league. It's going to be a battle all the time.
Coach DeLuca's in his 3rd season now at the helm of the Valley Christian boys basketball team. Talk about the program under his direction, where you think it's going, how it's gone so far.
Well, the coolest thing is just the kids are having a great experience, and so when you watch them, when you talk to them, when you watch them play on the floor, they're learning, they're growing. Our numbers are big throughout our program. Obviously, we have some talented kids. We have a lot of multi-sport athletes as well, which is kind of a cool thing to see in a program like ours and in a league like ours, to see kids. A lot of times kids are specializing, but Coach DeLuca, all the coaches here at Valley Christian are pretty passionate about allowing kids to do multiple things, and it's just been a great 3 years so far.
So you mentioned that, there's a couple multi-sport athletes on the floor. We've seen one of those in Devon Lang. He's having a nice night. Talk about the football season that Valley Christian had this year, a thrilling CCS championship game, a 31-30 victory.
Yep.
How much did that mean to kind of the Warrior Nation and the fan base and everyone?
It's super exciting, and St. Francis is certainly a rival. That was a big game. And again, another team that overachieved. And if you look at that season, not kind of unlike our basketball season, there were times people would doubt a little bit. Team lost a game early in the year, and And so people were wondering what was going to happen, or how good the Warriors really were. But again, a team that hung together, and that's really the lesson here, and for our basketball team as well. You hang together, you hang until the end, and good things happen. And so that's what happened in that season.
And staying in that sport, the girls basketball team for Valley Christian off to a solid start this year with a couple of strong players. Talk about how they've been able to have success so far.
Yeah, another area where we're really building all throughout the program. It was a great weekend. Last Friday night we went to San Francisco, and we won at Cathedral at all 3 levels, which was huge for our girls program. Again, not just, we have 3 strong seniors on our women's basketball team, but building the strength through the program at all levels. Chris McSwain's been here for several years now, and again built a legacy of they play hard, they play good defense, and they're battling night in and night out. Obviously, there's one team over on the girls' side that's a bit ahead of everybody else, but other than that, we're in every game and playing real well.
Moving over to boys soccer, they're 6-3-3 on the year, a solid record by any means, especially in a tough WCAL league. Talk about what's led to their success so far this year.
Well, that's kind of an easy one. Gary St. Clair was the head men's coach at San Jose State for decades, and one of the best coaches in America. He decided in his retirement job to come back and spend time here with our kids, and it's amazing to watch. They're tactically sound, they're fundamentally sound, and really getting kids into the right spot. So that's a big part of the excitement there. We really feel like our best soccer is ahead of us on the boys' side as well. So I think you'll see really good things by the end of the year.
And finally, the sport that's going to be coming up here in just a couple months, as we're almost to February, is baseball. You guys have been a very strong baseball program in recent years, finishing #1 in the state last year. Talk about the energy around the baseball team and what's led to achieving such a high-level success in a competitive state like California.
Special group of people. Coach Ciotti's a graduate of Valley Christian. He's been here for 100 years probably. He's been here, for a long time, and again, there's expectations. The kids, you got to go in any one of our programs when the kids are holding each other accountable, and I think that's what happens in the baseball program. That there's just a standard, and the kids know that's what they have to meet. That's what they're here to do, and so they play hard. Again, like most of our teams, you'll see them playing good defense and just competing against the best teams, and that's led to a lot of the success.
Well, that is Associate Athletic Director Eric Scherenberg. Eric, thanks for joining the program. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much.
So once again, 36-34 as we're about 90 seconds away from the start of the second half as my partner regains his headset. Serra with a 2-point lead on a late bucket by Caden Reese, as we're about just over 60 seconds away from getting back into it.
Well, it's been a sprint so far, I think, is the best way to describe it, the way we have played this first half. We have had 1 free throw shot, or make it 3, all on Valley Christian side. Serra with 1 free throw of their own. But I think this is definitely something, you look at both teams coming in, okay, a lot of big guys. Okay, you got some athletic kids on the offensive end. But with guys who are 6'8", 6'9", you're not expecting to push the ball every play, yet they're getting up and down the court. And that's why we have such a high-scoring game with so little breaks so far.
Well, you heard Eric Scherenberg talk about how Valley Christian's got several multi-sport athletes out there. I mean, these are athletic kids. I mean, J. Allen Tovar, yeah, he's 6'8", but he doesn't move like he's, a 6'8" center who can only shoot from 5 feet and in from the basket. He's a guy who we've seen handle the ball, bring it up the court. Caden Reese on the other end for Serra has been phenomenal inside. He's had some great passes working in the middle of that zone. He's been the key to that high-low action that I've been talking about, and he's going to be the focal point of it again. But quite frankly, for Caden Reese, I thought he passed up a couple shots in the first half that he should have taken. So I think I look for him to be more aggressive if Valley Christian once again comes out in that 2-3 zone.
I agree. Caden Reese only 4 points in that second quarter. All were tip-ins. So I think he, especially with his ability to shoot around the rim, be a lot more aggressive. Here is Valley Christian with the ball, down by 2 as we get set for the third quarter here. Tovar has it. One-on-one against Reese near baseline. Dribbles down the baseline. Runs out of real estate. Reverse layup off glass and got it to go. Alan Tovar ties us at 36.
And the bench loves the up and under. That's just a man's move there by J. Allen Tovar, taking Reese baseline. Just too much muscle and too much skill on the up and under.
30 seconds gone here in the second half. Here on the right wing is Fitz. Nice no-look down low to Reese, and he buries the jumper from 15.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, right in that free throw line key area. Reese able to find the soft spot in the zone and hit that little jumper.
So here's Valley Christian now down to 7 minutes to play here in the third. Taking it is Santos. Floats it far corner. Saki to Tovar. Tovar, three from the left wing. Rolls around the rim and out. Great box out by the Padres. And Simon's going to push the other way.
That's the second one Tovar's rolled out. He's going to hit one eventually.
Here's Reese. Thought about shooting it. Now he's going to drive. Up with the right hand and rejected by Tovar out of bounds.
I think that's about his third block on the night. He's really patient, letting guys get deep into the lane, and then he has great timing and uses that 6'8" frame to block shots, gets his hand on the ball right there.
Here's McDonald, down low to Reese. Up top, Simon, now left wing. The Padres moving it nicely. They find Cade Reese, and that is the way to beat the 2-3 zone. Move it around the horn and give it to your guy down low. Cade Reese has 16 here in the game.
And credit the feed there from Bart Luski, an on-time, on-target pass to Cade Reese, once again finding the soft spots in that high-low approach.
40-36, 6:22 to play here in the third. Padres on top, but Valley Christian looking to trim the lead. Skylar Loving Black, right block, goes up, lost it, gets it back, and will finish. Skylar Loving Black, I think also one guy you want to see being more assertive on the offensive end for Valley Christian.
Absolutely. It was actually good defense by Bartlewski. He saw the up and under coming, knowing Black had done it earlier, but made the adjustment, but Black just too big and too strong for him.
McDonald, left wing, Padres up by 2, just under 6 minutes to play. McDonald, beautiful bounce pass across the lane, looking for Bartlewski, who finishes on the left block.
And J. Allen Tovar needs to have more active hands on the pass, not just on the shots. He could have gotten a hand on that, but credit McDonald, that was a heck of a pass.
Had 2 Valley defenders who went around as he threw that ball. 42-38 as Serra playing hard defense right here, and hitting it out of bounds is Bartlewski. Interesting play here for the Padres. Bartlewski, who is listed at 5'10", although I guess he's more around 6'3", is guarding Skylar Loving Black. So McCulloch has it up top here for the Warriors, down by 4. 5:30 to play. So far, though, it has worked for the Padres. McCulloch gets 5 called as he could not find anywhere to go. Great defense by Abeda. And I think if you notice, one difference between Serra and Valley Christian is the intensity that Chuck Rapp's team plays on the defensive end.
Yeah, I was just about to call it out. They just denied everyone.
As we get a warning on the sideline. So here is Serra bringing it the other way. Things getting a little intense here at Valley Christian. 42-38, 5:11 to play, and a hand check by McCulloch. Pretty obvious one right there. But the Padres starting to figure out how to break this 2-3 zone as they've moved the ball here, Spencer.
Yeah, they've been moving it well all night, really. A little too passive at times, but now they're kind of finding their rhythm. But their execution on offense is so crisp, and all the guys know exactly where they should be, all 5. At all points of the floor.
Here's a Beta, far wing, 5 minutes to play here in the third. Serra trying to add to the 4-point lead. Reese, left block, into the corner, Fitz. Reese passed up and shot, and get a better shot for Cooper Fitz, who buries the triple. Cooper Fitz gets the second Serra 3 of the night, and the Padres force a turnover on the press.
And they come out, that's the first time we've seen that press, but it's not surprising based on the intensity we saw on the last possession, and Valley Christian completely unprepared for that, threw the ball away and wasn't ready for any kind of press break.
So 4:44 to play here in the third, 45-38 once again. Serra's starting to pull away, and one player we have not seen so far is Devon Lang. McDonald, left wing, wide open, left it short. Reese will pull down the rebound, and he is fouled by Santos.
And defensively right now, Valley Christian has just got no energy, no life. They're not flying around. They're just sitting back in that zone and just kind of throwing their hand up and saying, oh, we're close enough, we're good enough. You've got to close out more.
And the coach, Mark DeLuca, with a little bit of a shot at the referees. One thing that other schools believe around here in the WCL is the Padres have their own referee association, and therefore it's a lot harder to play at Serra. And Coach DeLuca taking a shot saying, this isn't San Mateo, this is San Jose. As McCulloch will try a three left wing, and nothing but nylon for Colin McCulloch. And Joseph Santos comes up hobbling on that right ankle after that play. Is checking into the game for the first time will be Fran Rivera, the 5'9" sophomore. But the three by McCulloch makes it 41-45.
And you can see why Coach DeLuca's got praise for McCulloch's touch. This is third three-pointer of the night, never hesitating to let it go. But Valley Christian's got to be better at the defensive end.
Here's Cade Reese, bounces it down low to Barlutsky. Barlutsky will try from the far block, extended, nothing going. Reese couldn't get the offensive rebound. Barlutsky will grab it and put it in. And what was a dominant rebounding display by the Warriors has kind of flipped here in the second half. Tovar looking to bring it up. Finds Loving Black right down the lane, and a block is called by Cooper Fitz as two shots come in for Skylar Loving Black, trying to trim the 47-41 lead by the Padres here with 3:52 to play in the third.
It's a tough call to make for the official. I think it was the right one, but defensively, I like the mentality there from Fitz. Loving Black is charging down the lane, coming a little bit out of control, and I like the idea, trying to get in front of him, take a charge, and force a turnover, which has already happened once tonight for Skylar Loving Black.
Yeah, Fitz looked like he was just moving a little bit towards the end of that one. As it looks like Devon Lang not on the bench here. So the Warriors will try to go the rest of the way without their starting point guard. 42-47. Two free throws by Black makes it a 5-point game here with just under 4 minutes to play in the third. Here's McDonald. Sky-high jump in the paint. Could not drop home the floater. And the Warriors will push the other way. Saki's got it at the volleyball line, extended. Dribbling with the right hand. Now gets a screen from Tovar right down the lane. Up with the rim. Couldn't drop it home, but it's put back. Taken by Skylar Loving Black, who has found all his points, really, it seems, on that far block.
And it's been a lot of offensive rebounds. I mean, he's an aggressive player, really the only aggressive rebounder for Valley Christian right now.
Here's Reese, pump fakes on Tovar, gives it to McDonald, left corner. McDonald drives. Serra up three, looking to add more. Here's Fitz. Takes the shot from the inside, just inside the free throw line on the left block. Couldn't drop it home. McCulloch comes up with the rebound, but his pass is poked out of bounds by Reese. As the Padres get a couple of subs here. Alcantara will check in along with Wilson, and sitting is Fitz and Bartlewski. So 44-47, just under 3 minutes to play here in the third period. Warriors have the ball, looking to trim it to one or tie. Here's Tovar down the lane, all the way to the rim, and nobody stopping Jay Allen. Tovar with an easy deuce. Here comes the other way, Abeda. Abeda gives it to McDonald. McDonald, Abeda, right corner, will drive baseline, pull from 15, and buries it. A nice play there by Antonio Abeda, who's got 5, and it's 46-49. Padres by 3 with 2:30 to play here in the third.
And if I'm Valley Christian offensively, I like that matchup, JL and Tovar, on just about anyone that Serra can throw at him. He's just been too big and too strong to get into the paint.
Here's McCulloch going down low, left block. Tovar has it, spins on the right hand, and gets fouled. As you mentioned, feed Tovar, and I think that's what Mark DeLuca is starting to see here for the Warriors.
I mean, no matter where he's been able to get any shot that he's wanted. He hasn't yet knocked down a three-pointer, but he's clearly got that in his repertoire. And right there, you know, we've seen him post up on the block, and we've seen him drive into the lane, but really a nice all-around game. With a coast-to-coast footprint of over 300 U.S.-based production sites, you can see why Vulcan Materials is an essential part of our country's makeover, including road and bridge repair, construction of office buildings, schools, hospitals, and more, giving back to our community and shaping our future. VulcanMaterials.com.
Well, Tovar knocks down the second free throw. Less than 6 minutes into the second half, the Warriors have already shot more free throws than they did in the entire first half. So that tells you the kind of aggressive play they're playing with right here. Here is Reese at the far elbow. Finds Wilson. Wilson, one dribble drive. Left-hand floater. Couldn't drop it home. Rebound taken by Reese. Once again, he's short on the putback. That's a couple of times now. Cade Reese has been unable to finish at the rim. 49-48. The Warriors, chance to take the lead here tonight. Still have yet to grab a lead. Here's Saki with the right hand. 1:42 to play here in the third. Now they give it to Black. Black faces up, jabs right, pulls from 10 feet out, and hits the side of the rim. Serra will push. Here comes Abeda into the right corner. McDonald back to Abeda. 3-ball, and a big shot there from Antonio Abeda. His second three of the night, and it's 52-48. Padres back up 4.
And every time a shot goes up for Serra, Mark DeLuca is having to yell at his guys to crash boards hard.
So McDonald will check out, and Barton will check in.
Arguably the most successful league in California Interscholastic Federation history. With more state titles than any league in the state, the WCAL is composed of member schools that share commitment to interscholastic sports, superior academic standards, and shared faith. The member of West Athletic League are happy to partner with Central Coast Sports Broadcasting, providing listeners with the best interscholastic basketball each week of the season.
As Skylar Loving Black is going to pick up a foul as he drives to the lane. And foul will go against Alcantara, as checking into the game is Schumann for the first time in the second half. Cade Reese will take a seat. Reese with a team-high 16 points so far.
I think you see Schumann in the game right now for Serra because of the inability to stop J. Allen Tovar, trying to give him a different matchup, but he wants him one-on-one.
So Tovar, one-on-one against Schumann. In the lane, up with the left hand, too strong off glass. Rebound taken by Schumann. Here is Alcantara. Alcantara at the right, going down the right alley, and gets to the rim and gets fouled.
It is a good take there, and I didn't like the charge attempt. I couldn't tell who that was. I think it was I think it was Saki trying to take the charge down there, but was never really in a good defensive position, and that gives Serra 2 chances at the free throw line.
So Alcantara makes it 53-48. As outfitters of Dike, Under Armour, and other national brands, there's only one team with the best supply network in high school athletics, BSN Sports. Give John Gillette a call today, 408-209-6433, or check out their website, bsnsports.com. So the Padres remain perfect from the free throw line. Alcantara hits both. Here's a home run pass to Black off the inbound, and Skylar Loving Black beats everybody down the court and gets 2. He's got 8 in the quarter.
And Alcantara just caught cheating there up on the press break in the backcourt, and smart play there by Skylar Loving Black. That's a read that every press break has, is the ability for the big to go long, and a great pass, looking like a quarterback there, was J. Allen Tovar.
54-50. Padres, with about a 1 second difference between shot and game clock, have the ball up 4. Here is Abeda up top. Takes a screen from Schumann, and that's a moving screen. And I think that's one where Schumann came up a little too high and Abeda left too early. Kind of didn't allow his big man to get set.
A little bit, but Schumann needs to recognize that his point guard when his point guard is coming off that screen, because it's the point guard's job to set up his defender, but Schumann's got to get set and not be moving when he delivers that screen. Good call there by the official.
Saki will bring it. 7 now to shoot here for Valley Christian, down 4. Saki fires from the left, block extended, and Skylar Loving Black is going to get fouled going up on the far block. The right block on both sides of the court has been marked by Skylar Loving Black tonight. He's got 8 in the quarter, 16 on the game. That's game leading for the Warriors. And will now try to add 2 more.
And he has been impressive on the offensive glass in both halves, really. It hasn't been, just a spurt here and a spurt there. It's been time and time again. He is someone that Serra has had to deal with on their defensive rebounding department, because they have not been able to contain him, and he has been all over the place. So credit Skylar Loving Black, because he's not doing it using some tremendous skill. It's just hard. He's just got the heart and the effort to go for these rebounds, and you can tell he wants this game as much as anybody on the court.
Black's second free throw is back iron miss. Reese fighting for the rebound, gets it to Tovar. Tovar's 3, and another in and out. for Alan Tovar in the left corner. And so after 3 quarters of play, it's 51-54 Spencer. This is a Valley Christian team that has lost their last 2 games by 1 point. They are down 3 to the number 3 team in the WCL with 8 minutes to play. What is Mark DeLuca telling his squad in the huddle right now?
Well, nothing about the past couple games, obviously, since they haven't gone their way. But if you're the players, you focus on what you need to do to get back into the game. And really, I think it all starts for Valley Christian at the defensive end. They're not crashing the glass hard enough, and Mark DeLuca's having to tell them every time just a shot goes up, like I mentioned earlier, get on the glass, crash the boards. He shouldn't have to tell them that. The only guy who's really working hard on the defensive glass is Skylar Loving-Black, but all 5 of Serra's guys are consistently crashing the glass, and that's why they've been able to have the edge on the boards.
Entering our 10th year with the most live coverage of high school sports in the area, Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Big shout out to our broadcasters and sponsors who continue to give back to our community with their support. Check out our website at centralcoastsports.live and follow us on Facebook on Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. We always appreciate your thoughts and feedback. Please drop us a line at ccsblive@gmail.com. So Serra will start out with the ball here to begin this 4th quarter.
2-3 zone once again for Valley Christian.
Reese in the far corner. Up top Fitz. Right wing McDonald. McDonald finds Reese. Bounce pass nicely to Barlewski, and he's rejected away by Blue. Blue with a big-time block. And here comes the Warriors the other way. Down low. Blue up with the left hand, and he gets fouled. 32 coming off the bench and doing it on both ends.
And speaking of the bench, they are loving the effort from James Bellew, who just checked into the game. The weak side block, exploiting what Serra has been so effective at all game, which is high post action and then finding that man on the baseline. But he recognized it, and Bellew was able to rotate over and block that shot.
Bellew hits the first free throw, his 3rd point of the night. 52-54, 29 seconds gone here in the 4th. To cut the Serra lead to 1, and he cannot connect. So Padres will push the other way. Here's McDonald. Right corner, Abeda. Abeda, nice crossover on Saki. Gives it back to McDonald up top. Far wing, Fitz has it. Fitz into the right block, Barlewski. Back to McDonald. McDonald, Abeda, right corner, 3 ball, knocks it down. What? Antonio Abeda's got 3 threes on the night. He's got 8, and it's a 5-point lead here for the Padres. It's on the other end, McCulloch cannot fish it in transition. Abeda almost gets it stripped, and he does. Joseph Santos, who is checked back into the game, gets the tip off the Abeda rebound, and good hustle play by number 1.
Yeah, it was by Joseph Santos, recognizing that Abeda wasn't really paying attention, poked it away, got it off of his leg, says the official.
So here is Saki being watched by Fitz. Got to move it. 5 count might be coming. Gets it over to McCulloch. McCulloch going down low. Tovar now pulls it out on the left wing. Tovar, left-hand dribble against Reese. Steps in, bounce pass looking for Bellew. Taken away by Fitz. And Serra will push the other way, up 5, looking to add more. 6:30 to play here in the 4th. McDonald, left-hand dribble, pulls up from 15. High arcing shot, and got it to go. Parker McDonald with his 17th point on the night, and it's a 7-point lead here for the Padres.
And that's a tough shot by Parker McDonald, defender on him, but a great pull-up shot there and a smooth stroke with great elevation.
Tovar, in and out cross, up with the right hand, and nobody can stop Jay Allen Tovar. Another bucket for him. He's got 12. So it's a 5-point lead here for the Padres.
Pretty sure he stepped over Abeda there after making that layup. Jay Allen Tovar senses the intensity of this game, trying to send a message to the other side.
Abeda to Fitz left wing, trying to look inside. Turnover by the Padres. Here comes Valley Christian. McCulloch, far corner, 3 ball. Back iron miss. Rebound though, fought for. Santos will try a deep 3, and Santos buries it. Joseph Santos from downtown And it's a 2-point Serra lead with 5:30 to play.
Well, that's one of those shots that's great if it goes in, but if it doesn't, you look not so great. Got an offensive rebound, but feel it himself is Joseph Santos after the hustle play earlier, and this Valley Christian crowd is loving the effort from their Warriors. Time now for the Green Waffle in-game summer. You need a snack or a quick, healthy protein fix, all natural, 9 grams of power-packed protein, the Green Waffle. That's right, the Green Waffle. For a complete list of locations and more info on this dynamic product, go to their website, thegreenwaffle.com. Eat clean, go green. And Carlo, if I had to summarize this game, it's Valley Christian has kept it close from the beginning. We were talking about that in the pregame and the importance of not letting it get out of the hand. I think they've definitely gotten some energy fused into them by this home crowd. It's been a solid effort overall from Mark DeLuca's squad.
Yeah, and I think every time we start to say, oh, Padres up 7, their largest lead is 8, the next thing you know, Valley Christian's hit a couple shots, and it's back to a 2-possession ball game, and that has just been what they've been doing all night. The thing is, though, Spencer, yet to take a lead has Valley Christian. So when are they going to get over that hump and get above Serra?
Published quarterly for 30 years, don't miss the combination of business and lifestyle articles that affect the agricultural industry. Pick up a copy of Coastal Grower Magazine today or subscribe via coastalgrowermag.com.
So McDonald will walk it up. 5:30 to play here in quarter number 4. 57-59. Padres up 2. Here's Fitz. Looking down low, gives to Reese on the left block. Reese, one dribble, pull up, hits the front of the iron, rebound taken down by Bellew. And here comes Valley Christian the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead. Saki into the corner, McCulloch. McCulloch drives, looking down low for Bellew, gets it to him. Now he's going to dribble, working against Reese and travels.
Just dragged his pivot foot a little bit when he caught that ball in the post. He needed to either spin baseline immediately or just work it back out. That's a tough turnover with the chance to tie or take the lead. Now you have to get another defensive stop.
Here's Reese, left wing. They've started to double him there, has Valley Christian. I think that's worked well so far. Beta's going to try a tough 3 straight on. Too strong, and Bellew saves it over to Tovar. So once again, a chance to tie or take the lead here for Valley Christian. Tovar up top, into the corner. McCulloch to take the lead, left it short. Rebound Bellew, and a foul's going to be called on Bartlewski, who just does not have the height advantage against Bellew.
No, he doesn't. He's given up quite a few inches, at least half a foot over there, and credit Bellew for, he didn't come over the back. He went straight up. It might have looked like it, but he just went up, and because he's so much taller, the ball is able to come to him, and Bartlewski then was trying to box him out once he had the ball. That, of course, is a foul, and now he's on the line.
1-and-1 here. Hits the side of the iron. McCulloch's going to run in from the left wing and finish off glass, and we're tied at 59. So nobody guarding. Colin McCulloch off the missed free throw from the three-point line ties us up here with 4:19. Here is Cade Reese. Into the corner, he goes to Abeda. Up top, McDonald. McDonald, who's been quiet here in the second half, gives it over to Reese. Back to Abeda. Long 2 from the far baseline, and Abeda with a big-time shot.
And Abeda has hit a number of those, and he shoots it with the utmost confidence from any spot on the floor. It's a big shot there for the Padres.
Interesting here, the Warriors are having Tovar bring it up. He couldn't connect, get his own rebound on the layup, and Cade Reese comes up with a rebound.
And when he got his own rebound, he didn't have to go back up with it immediately. He could have collected himself and either reset the possession or found a better shot.
3:42 to play, Padres up 2 here in the 4th. Here is Reese, down low, finds Alcantara, and Alcantara with his second bucket of the night on that right block, gets it to go. And a 4-0 run here by Serra makes it 63-59. Coming to the scores table is Skylar Loving Black for Valley Christian.
And that was a great pass inside by Reese and a good finish by Alcantara. Valley Christian's gotten better at defending it.
Here's Bellew, right block with the left hand, gets it to go. James Bellew with his fifth point of the night, and Valley Christian will call time, down 61-63 with 3:11 to play.
Looking for somewhere to go to dinner tonight? Authentic quality dishes with local ingredients, a uniquely seasoned crust, and prepared fresh daily. Pomodoro Pizza in the Almaden Valley, a great place for great food on game night or any day of the week. 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose, or click the website pomodoropizzaalmaden.com to place your order. What a game.
It has been a game that has been fantastic. WCO basketball on CCS Sports Be Live. So 61-63. The Warriors just keep fighting back and will not let Serra grab any sort of comfortable lead.
Yeah, they really won't. I mean, every time, you know, Serra hit, we saw him hit 2 buckets in a row, but then Valley Christian came back with a stop and a bucket. So credit him for, you know, cracking down a little bit defensively. They've done a much better job defending the high-low and having the weak side defender rotate in to stop the baseline, the pass to the baseline when the ball gets to the high post and Tovar's drawn out.
McDonald Reese left wide open, left block, left it short, gets his own rebound though, and it's going to go out of bounds to Valley Christian. Skylar Loving-Black asking for an over the back.
He probably should have gotten one too. I mean, Reese did have a lot of the ball, but he came over the back of Loving-Black first.
So 2:56 to play. One thing to note, Valley Christian is in the 1-and-1 bonus. Serra a long way away from getting there with just under 3 minutes to play. 63-61, up top, Saki, left-hand dribble, finds a cutting Black, off glass and got it to go. Skylar Loving-Black's got 19, and we are tied at 63.
And that's a phenomenal read there by Saki, using the hesitation and pause dribbles to stop the defense and find the openings.
Here's Reese, gives it right wing, wide open, Simon, 3, too strong, rebound. Who else than Skylar Loving-Black? 2:30 to play. Warriors chance to take their first lead of the night here in the fourth quarter.
I think they're going to go right back to that pick and roll. Here it is.
Saki tries a 3, straight on, long 2. They're going to call it back iron, miss, rebound, fought for. Abeda's going to come up with it. Abeda looking to push. Serra's got numbers. Gives it to McDonald. McDonald hangs in the air, gets fouled, and the finish. Parker McDonald, who has been quiet with only 2 buckets in the second half, gets a big one right there.
And Saki at the other end, I thought he could have gotten a better shot. He came off wanting to shoot that 3, and yeah, it was there, but they did a great job on the previous possession with Skylar Loving-Black getting to the bucket and finding a basket at the rim. I thought they should have done that there. Huge momentum swing and a heck of a finish by McDonald.
McDonald cannot drop home the free throw. And it will be 63-65. The lead remains at 2. Tovar will bring it up for the Warriors. The Warriors looking for their first win since 2005 against the Padres. Tovar in the lane and finishes with the right hand. Tied at 65 we go. Here comes McDonald looking to push the other way. Finds right wing Abeda. Simon to Reese. Reese is going to fire from 10, and he has not able to find that jumper here in the second half. And once again, a chance for Valley Christian to take their first lead. 1:30 to play.
That jumper's been given to him. Jalen Tovar is not closing out at all. He's daring him to shoot at this point.
Saki and drives in the lane, off iron, front iron miss. Alcantara the rebound. Valley Christian can just not take the lead here. Numbers here for Serra. Here's McDonald right wing. He's going right to the alley and off glass, and the layup goes. Parker McDonald puts his head down and gets a deuce. It's 67-65. Serra by 2, minutes to play in the fourth.
Valley Christian just couldn't quite get set on defense, and he found the hole, did McDonald.
Tovar picks up the dribble on the right wing, finds Saki. Now has it with the right hand. Dribbles at the free throw line. Pulls from 15, off iron, and foul is going to be called, and it's going to be on Abeda. And so that's going to send Skylar Loving-Black, who so far tonight is 3 for 4 from the line, to try to tie this one up with 45.4.
And Carlo, you can't help but think of Valley Christian's previous game when Joseph Santos was on the line, 1-on-1, chance to tie. In this case, they can't take the lead, but they can tie it. 45 seconds, so not quite the 1 second or no time, basically, that was left on the clock in the previous game for Santos, but still big free throws here for Skylar Loving-Black.
He's able to hit the first one. 20 for Skylar Loving-Black.
And it's all been inside. He's just been imposing his will physically. Did it again right there. Abeda didn't have a chance to box out the big body of Skylar Loving Black.
66-67. Valley down 1. And he front irons the second one. Rebound taken by Simon, who is fouled by McCulloch. So Black could not hit the free throw to tie. Serra is going to have to take it out of bounds. 43.8 to play. Padres up by 1.
And here comes a full court press here from Valley Christian. Serra's got to be smart. Can't have a turnover right here.
Simon in the backcourt will walk it up. 40 seconds here to play. About an 8-second difference between shot and game clock.
Valley Christian switched to a man-to-man here in the final seconds.
Here's McDonald being watched by McCulloch. No count yet. Here's the count. McDonald breaks it, gives it to Abeda. Abeda will pull out, now drives over to Reese in the right corner. Reese into the paint, going down to the far corner, gives it up top to Simon. At 9 to shoot here for Valley Christian, and McDonald is fouled by McCulloch. Coach Mark DeLuca cannot believe it, and with 15.7, the Warriors are going to get the ball out of bounds.
And now the shot clock will turn off. There was about a 5-6 second difference before, but now if you're Valley Christian, you're going to have to foul.
It will be shooting 1-1 for the Warriors, or for the Padres. Here's a throw to Alcantara, picks it up, finds McDonald, and McDonald is fouled. And that was a floating, dangerous pass to Alcantara, Spencer.
You got to think the Serra bench was just collectively holding their breath as that ball just traveled into the air, and now a 1-1 here for McDonald.
66-67, Padres by 1. First 1-1 free throw, hits the front iron, hits the backboard, and drops home. Parker McDonald with a sigh of relief after that one, as he nails the second one. Simon will check out, Fitz will check in. So 13 seconds here. Warriors need a 3 to tie. 69-66. Tovar gives it to Saki. Serra will not allow the roll up, and here comes Tovar across the court. 10 to shoot, 10 to play here. Tovar, right wing, looking into the far corner, gives it to Saki, to McCulloch with 3. McCulloch fires, left wing, air ball, and Serra survives at Valley Christian. 69-66, the Padres able to pull the win out at the end. Colin McCulloch had a look from the left wing to tie, was way short, and the win streak against Valley Christian is extended to 29 for Serra.
And the thing about that final play that Mark DeLuca had drawn up is Jalen Tovar brings it up, right? Because he wants a guy who's going to be able to see the floor. He's actually been their best ball handler tonight because Cade Reese for Serra has not been out pressuring them. There was a little two-man action between Saki and McCulloch on the left wing, and 2 defenders went with McCulloch, who was coming up and has been their best three-point shooter. Saki was wide open in the left corner, but Tovar was unable to see him and couldn't get him the ball. And that's a tough way to lose yet another close game for the Valley Christian Warriors.
Another close game indeed, and what an exciting one it was here at Valley Christian.
On your ride home, tune into the Central Coast Sports post-game show, stats, insights, interviews, and more. Make sure that you listen to the Central Coast Sports Player of the Game, all part of the Central Coast Sports post-game show. Keep us here for your ride home, and make sure you catch us for the next CCSB broadcast Thursday, January 24th, when Piedmont Hills takes on Leland on YouTube Live. 6:45 for the pregame, 7 p.m. tip-off time.
Well, we'll get you your final stats here from Serra. Of course, unofficial final stats. Dominic Barlewski finishes with 4. Patrick Simon has 2. Cooper Fitz has 3 for the Padres. Parker McDonald, 19 points, 13 of those coming in the first half for Serra. Cade Reese was 16. Get this, only 4 of those in the second half. All 4 coming in the third quarter. Antonio Beta had some big shots down the road. He has 5 points. Moody Schumann had 4, all in the first half, and Julius Alcantara with 6 points. For Valley Christian, Joseph Santos with 3 threes. He had 9. Devon Lang, who went out in that first half with the ankle injury, had 4. Skylar Loving Black with 20. J. Allen Tovar with 12. Colin McCulloch had 7. Could not hit the 3 to tie it. James Bellew had 3. And that's all the scoring for Valley Christian. And you hate to think about it, Spencer, but Devon Lang goes out in that first half. And you think if he comes back and plays the second half, we might be saying Valley Christian breaks the streak against Serra.
Yeah, I mean, players like that who can get those quick buckets when the offense was struggling for their little can definitely have an impact, especially in these close games. And I think defensively, when the intensity was up high, he's a really athletic guy who's tough to get around. Maybe could have made a steal and gone the other way. Maybe he could have shown off his own athleticism after getting dunked on earlier in the game. But overall, if you're Valley Christian, you like the effort, because they weren't really supposed to be in this game, but here they are taking it down to the wire. But once again, a close game, not going their way. It comes down to the little things, the details, the late game execution. I think Mark DeLuca a couple times was not pleased with the shots that his team got, especially with about 90 seconds, 70 seconds left to go in the game. There were some hurried shots. There was a lot of rushing, guys getting caught up in the moment and getting overly anxious. And I think that they needed to do just a little bit of a better job of kind of slowing down, running a play, finding a good shot, and not saying just because there's 90 seconds on the clock that we got to go 100 miles an hour.
Definitely, it has been an improvement here for Valley Christian. They lost 76-39 last time at Serra. So a team that's on the upward trend, still looking for that first win. They'll go play the best team in WCL at Reardon next week. Well, our player of the game today, Parker McDonald, 19 points, as we mentioned, a poster in that second quarter over Devon Lang, and just took over really. I think at the end of that game, had a couple of nice drives where he said, I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to go to the rim, and I'm going to get a bucket.
And they weren't just nice drives, they were timely drives. There were times twice where he scored, where on the previous defensive possession, Valley Christian had the opportunity to take the lead in the game. So, that can be a tipping point the first time a team that's been down the entire game gets back in front. But credit Parker McDonald, he came down and he really didn't settle. He got to his spots, he got the shots that he wanted to, most of which were going to the rim, and he found some big driving lanes late in the game that allowed Serra to pull out yet another victory against Valley Christian in what was really a pretty heated and exciting contest.
Well, our final score here from Valley Christian, 69 is the visiting Serra Padres and 66 for the Warriors. Special thanks to all our sponsors: Netafim Drip Irrigation, Gonzalez Irrigation System, Coastal Grower Magazine, Block Construction, BSN Sports, Pomodoro Pizza, Vulcan Materials, Kevin Moore, Arnie von Massenhausen, Home Service Lendings, and of course, the Green Waffle. Also, big shout out to Valley Christian for their hospitality, and Serra High School and for their WCAL support. And also, big shout out to 95.3 KRYT, San Jose's Hot Country. Not only the best in today's country music, but offering the best in high school sports and the South Bay home of the Golden State Warriors. Thanks to Nate Dean, Nicole Woodson, Jamie Paul. For more information, go to their website at krty.com. Well, we had our player spotlight in Parker McDonald. As we wrap up tonight's YouTube Live broadcast, we say goodbye here from Valley Christian. Don't miss our next broadcast tomorrow. Piedmont Hills at Leland, 6:45 pregame, 7 p.m. tip-off. One more time, final score here from Valley Christian: Warriors 66, Padres 69. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.